While most of the Northern Hemisphere are busy enjoying the long, warm days of summer, England's elite rugby players have been following a different path, putting in the hard yards required in their quest to win the Rugby World Cup in just a few months' time.
It's the one time internationally that you get a period of time together without games. Before Six Nations, before autumns, you get one, maximum 2 weeks maybe before you're into the game. So your actual preparation time is all rugby, whereas this is the one time we can come in and we've got an extended block and we can physically get ourselves into the best shape possible. Tactically, as a team, we can spend more time together than we ever would in a normal campaign. So all of those things are then what helps to build winning teams. When you've got a game week, then everything's about Saturday, so the whole week is geared towards, you can put more load in towards the start of the week, and then you want to be peaking towards the back end of the week. At the moment, weekends for us are to rest and recover, so we can train harder throughout the week. We can have big sessions at the back end of the week. We can do more things because we don't need to peak for anything at the weekend. We just need to keep training and getting better and better, and actually we need to peak in 2-3 months' time.
Pre-season straight away, you definitely get put through the mill a little bit in terms of the fitness. And on the back of that, from day one, we've always had the ball in our hands and playing. So you're essentially playing a test match on a Tuesday and a Thursday through training, really, in terms of how hard it is. But it just allows us to continue to grow, that come the actual warm-up games that we'll play in August, we'll make sure that all this has been good and certainly worthwhile, which I'm sure it will be.
We chat about this a lot as players. There's a distinct difference in mindsets of how you can look at things. You can think, we're in the middle of a tough period, let's try and get through it. Or you can think, and this is the way we have been and will continue to be. We attack every day, we attack every session. Whatever gets thrown at us, we rip in because we believe that'll bring the best out of us. And that's something that you need to keep on top of every day. Of course, it's going to get challenging, and of course, mentally especially, you're probably going to get things that are going to hijack your thoughts and your mind a little bit, but that's why we need to build relationships to help each other through it.
We're here to try and win a World Cup. It's hard, it's challenging, but it should be. We're after the ultimate prize in rugby, so it's going to be as tough as you can imagine because that's how it should be. You don't necessarily win it in July, but you can lose it in July.
Welcome to Twickenham for a game that quite simply is the biggest pool match that this competition has ever seen. England, the hosts, will go out tonight with a game still to play should they lose to Australia.
I think the key thing about being involved in 2015 is what we can learn from that, and I think that's crucial. I think it's not many times you go through your career or life where you don't have a failure or something that sets you back a little bit, but as long as you do something about it and you learn from them things. And I think as an individual, as part of that 4 years ago, to be here with an opportunity, and that's all it is at the minute, an opportunity to be a part of the next one, is to make sure we're not going through something like that again. So there's a good group of us who are in the same position as that, and we'll be massively motivated to make sure that we don't go through that again.
Australia have dumped the hosts out of the competition. A nightmare for Chris Robshaw in England.
You want to be open about where you've maybe gone wrong previously, or what was the challenges that you faced in previous World Cups, because you want to make sure that they're fully aware of potential hurdles that you faced, and you'd be doing them a disservice if you didn't tell them about that. I think it changed in terms of a huge amount of clarity in how we want to be as a team. I think it's different how it's the closest England team I've ever been a part of in terms of that camaraderie and cohesion. So it is different, but the game's different to how it was 4 years ago, and it's certainly a lot different to how it was 8 years ago at 2011. So the game's constantly evolving.
We try and work very hard on the stuff we do off the field as well. I think when you're in a camp environment, when you're together 24/7, that's crucial. We actually went away to an RAF camp, which brought things up brilliantly. It was away from the rugby pitch, but it was in a different environment and got us all thinking and working together in different ways, so that was good. And then the lads are always keen to make sure that we're doing something enjoyable and enjoying each other's company. It could be basic things like we played dodgeball one week, for example, or making sure that we're all getting out and we're having dinner together or going to the cinema together. I think it's crucial that you enjoy the time off the field as well.
When you're facing adversity or you're facing a challenge, you've got to be able to trust the guy next to you. And how you do that is actually investing in each other. Every week our roommates change. Every time you sit down for a meal, you've got to sit with someone else. It's all those things, and the more that you can invest in each other, the more you're going to get back. So that's one area that we feel that we're continuing to work hard on.
We've spoken a lot about togetherness and how it's got to feel like a team. Maybe in the past, you look at some international teams that come together and have all the names of all the great players, and then they don't go on to be successful because they couldn't gel and bond as a team. So it's something that we've put a real emphasis on, that, yeah, we've got to make sure that physically and tactically as a rugby team we're in a great place, but also you'll go that extra mile, because ultimately these games are decided by such small margins that actually it's going to be your ability as a team to either bounce back from those moments in games or find a way around them that will probably define your success.